Hey guys, Luna here with a new video, and today, March 18th, singer, songwriter, and producer Rosalia has released her third studio album, and we are going to review it. First of all, I'm sorry if my hair is a bit too messy on this video. I haven't been able to cut my hair and I just took a bath, so yeah, just put up with it. But today we're not going to talk about my hair. We're talking about this amazing album released today by Rosalia. It's been, I believe, 2 years since she released El Mal Querer, a great album as well that tried to mix flamenco with modern music. The album was good, but it wasn't as good as many people, said. I believe that album was a bit of a victim to the hype that she had due to a really popular song released around that time. I can't remember the name of the song, but I'm going to put it here on the screen. So there was a lot of people waiting for this album to drop, me included. I wanted to know what she had on hand. She has been releasing wonderful songs like Saoko, Candy, all of the songs that were going to be part of the album. And actually, I don't think we knew that these songs were going to be part of the album. I personally believe that they were released only as promotional songs for the album, but no, they are a part of the album. So yeah, let's jump into the review. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like on it and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any other review that I do. So yeah, let's get on with the review. From the previous songs released to promote the album, we already knew that this album was not going to be your conventional reggaeton album. Songs like Saoko, the intro track from this album, paint perfectly well the type of energy this album has throughout the whole listen. This album tries to mix pop music, electro-pop music, Latin pop music, and trap music all together into one just convoluted sound. And even though it sounds weird on paper, the delivery is just flawless. And the reason why all of these different styles that, are so far apart from each other work well on this album is thanks to Rosalia's performance. Everyone who knows Rosalia's work know that her style of singing is Romanesque, is really classical. She goes from low notes to high notes in a second in a really elegant way. That, along with the fact that this album uses a whole lot of autotune and voice mods to make her voice sound more alienated, higher, lower, even goofy at times. And that is one of the main reasons why this album feels so entertaining, because you don't know what's next. You couldn't guess what type of song Rosalia is going to do next. And for someone that's so popular as she is, someone that doesn't need to make this type of experimental albums, it's so refreshing to see her trying to evolve not only as a songwriter, but also as a producer. The use of dembow in songs like Chicken Teriyaki and La Combi Versace make the song so danceable and so enjoyable. And that, along with her lyrics, which is really abstract and original, and I'm going to talk about that later. Let me tell you something. My native language is Spanish, and most of the times I don't have a fucking clue of what she's saying. But not only the energetic songs in this album are good, but also the ballads that take a lot of Bjork's style. I don't know if you've ever heard of Bjork's music, but it's basically a type of ballad that doesn't seem to be sang by a person, more like by an alien. Not really because of the lyrics, but because of how her voice sounds. It's really similar to what John Lennon tried to do in Lucy in the Sky with Diamond. Have you ever heard that song? The way that he pitched his voice higher so it sounded like he was on this LSD trip. Rosalia does the same thing on this album, but not really to make the song psychedelic or anything, but to make it somehow more passionate. Her voice is so high-pitched and so loud that you can hear every detail, every little vibrato on the voice, and that makes it so intimate as well. Songs like Candy, which is one of the best cuts on this album, feel so sensual, so spicy, but at the same time intimate. This album does a really good job portraying feelings, what she wants to say, how she wants you to feel, and that is something that I always appreciate in an album. But if you're into the more traditional side of music, you can also get a lot from this album in songs like La Fama, Fit the Weeknd, in which The Weeknd sings in Spanish. That was really entertaining to see. Actually, his voice sounded almost identical to this artist called Romeo Santos, I believe it's his name. Actually, the first time I heard this song, I thought that it was him singing the song, not The Weeknd. But anyway, it sounds really good. It's entertaining. The use of autotune in this album is genius because she does not use it to make her voice sound better. We all know that she knows how to sing really well. She uses it to make her voice sound different, original, something like what Thom Yorke did in Kid A, for example. not in the same way. It's not that the songs are similar anyhow, but they're used for the same purpose. Make their own voice sound different from previous albums, previous songs. She does not use this effect only for her own voice, but also to create harmonies in songs like G3 and 15, I believe it's the name, which is a song dedicated to her nephew, I believe. Beautiful song, really poetic. The lyrics in this song are beautiful, but also the way that the song is structured in terms of how the harmony kicks in at a certain part of the song. It's beautiful. It's a really good track and one of the best cuts in this album. Overall, this album just tries to grab everything that she did before and added a lot of experimentation, tempo changes, shifts in the songwriting, and try to pack it all together into a 42-minute masterpiece. I believe that this album is amazing, not only for the artistic purposes of the album, the fact that she didn't sell out to make a regular reggaeton album like everyone else would have done, but also because it shows how creative and talented she actually is, even though many people were judging her for the lyrics on this album. Well, actually, the lyrics in one specific song on this album. Hentai, it's a song that, the melody is nice, the way that the song plays out is nice, but the lyrics are stupid as fuck. And believe me, I've said it before, but my native language is Spanish. Listening to some of the lyrics on this album was a pain in the ass, especially in this song. Some of the lyrics on this album are poetic, beautiful, fun, but half of the lyrics on this album are just so stupid, literally stupid. And they try to be abstract and try to make all these references, but you don't catch any. Most of the time I didn't know what the fuck she was talking about. And again, the third time I say it in this video, but I want you to understand, Spanish is my native language, and most of the time I wasn't understanding nothing. For me to know perfectly well how to speak Spanish and not understand a single word that comes out of her mouth, and it's so frustrating because they take a lot from the music. Sorry, I know that many people say that you're supposed to listen to this album only because of the music, and the lyrics are just something that joins the melody, but no, lyrics are important. You don't have to be talking about anything deep or anything important for me to like the lyrics. It just needs to make sense. And the reason why it's so annoying, even though I'm willing to ignore it in other artists, is because she actually does know how to write a beautiful, poetic, deep song, because many of the songs in this album, the other 50%, are beautiful. So it's disappointing to see how boring and awfully stupid some of the lyrics on this album are. But anyway, that's just nitpicking. The album is amazing, and honestly, I just find it so refreshing that an artist like her, someone who doesn't need it, someone who has already proven that she's a talented woman, she doesn't need to do this. Think about this. She could release an album that has a bunch of commercial songs and earn a ton of money in terms of tour sales and overall plays on YouTube. But she doesn't do it. She took a huge risk only to stay true to her artistic beliefs, and I honestly can do nothing but applaud that. I'm really excited to see what Rosalia has in store for us in the future. This album works as an inspiration for many other artists to try and do something similar, or take inspiration from this kind of risks that Rosalia has taken with this album. In terms of rating, I'm gonna give this album an 8. It totally deserves it. This album is fun, energetic, beautiful, and really artistic as well. So yeah, an 8. That will be it for today's video, guys. I really have to be quick because my phone is dying right now, so I can't record any longer. But yeah, this album was amazing. Congratulations, La Rosalia. I think this album was great. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. If you have your own opinion on this album, please make sure to leave it down below in the comments, and I'll make sure to check it out. So yeah, again, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the videos that I upload, and I hope I can see you again with a new video. Bye!